how do you get your news?
The internet.
Rachel, how do you get your news?
The internet.
Richie, how do you get your news?
The internet.
How do you get your news?
The newspaper.
Get my news from the radio.
You know, a lot of different TV stations. I think it's hard to find an unbiased news medium. I know there's a lot of different TV stations that say they're unbiased, but I think everybody sways to a certain side. And I know reporters and stuff and news anchors try and fit that spot, but I think there's definitely a sway one way or the other depending on what station you watch, I guess.
Okay.
Telling it to us straight. Sometimes it's give us the news and not an opinion.
You have to read between the lines, okay? Because the person who is writing is necessarily conveying his opinion, okay? So it depends who the reader is. As a person like being a minority, okay, being from Africa, most of the time the news on Africa are not positive news. So you have to be able to read between the lines.
I think before it used to be like night news for maybe the previous generation, but I think morning news is maybe as people are starting to get up earlier and stuff in my generation, I think they go out more at night. So I think that TV in the morning is actually playing a pretty big role.
It's probably newspaper, but unfortunately by the time papers roll out, it's usually already hit the TV or the internet.
Because it's access, it's easy access, and you don't have to pay for it and something like that.
Probably radio. That's what I'm going to pay more attention to. My local paper is not extensive.
I think that it depends on age group for sure. I think that the internet is a great tool because it's so fast spreading and anyone and everyone worldwide can get it. But I think that, of course, someone who's older or who's not technologically savvy probably won't be getting one as much as us young generation kids. But yeah, I definitely think it's a great tool, great resource.
I read online just because I work for Climate Science Watch, which looks at climate change science, and I'm very environmentally conscious. And I just feel really guilty about grabbing a paper every single day, reading it once, and then recycling it. It just seems very wasteful.
I read Washington Post, New York Times. Those are the main, like to get politics from the States.
I like Al Jazeera, I like CNN, and I like the New York Times. Those are probably my top three. I'll also look at The Economist once in a while, like once a week maybe.
HD.